What's up? It's 3Kings podcast. This is going to be an album. No, this is a mixtape review. 3Kings podcast. Me, Ben, Rivers, and this is going to be Wale's brand new mixtape, Folarin. Wale, MMG.
First impressions?
Yeah, Wale, Folarin, first impressions. Let's go, Rivers. Wale, what's up?
First impressions, I didn't want to listen to this. Because I'm used to hearing poppy-ass Wale on the radio, while he's still lyrically decent, can get in there with the best of them, I believe. Lyrically, he can get in any circle. I wasn't trying to hear this because I thought it was going to be all that R&B shit. And 50-50 is what the album is, because it's got some of that in it. But he actually, I was impressed by what he brought to this. I was impressed. I thought I was going to just get all R&B, poppy, couple Rick Ross features, Meek Mills. So first impressions were actually good with this album, or mixtape. He actually tried to show that he still has substance again, and he's not just full poppy. So I'll pass it over to Ben.
First impressions.
All right, well, Wale. First of all, let me say this. I've been or was a fan of Wale from 1,000 miles ago. I have all his mixtapes up to Back to the Future. Had this one deleted off my MP3 player and my computer. This is the worst project he released, which kind of points to his significant drop off in his content and his making decent music. Wale has lost whatever it was that made him interesting to me around the time of Attention Deficit and those first couple CDs and mixtapes. Attention Deficit was great. Back to the Future was great. I don't know what happened at Ambition and in this. It's just not very good to me. He can still rap. All you niggas on the internet who think Wale is the lyrical savior of the world, do you listen to anybody else? Anyone else? Don't be on the internet talking about his lyrics over your head, because his lyrics don't go over nobody's damn head. His lyrics are for face fucking value. If you didn't think chain music was not about a chain, you're an idiot. If you thought chain music was about a chain, you're an idiot. But that's beside the point. Wale
is a poet, man. It's fucking deep shit.
Also, if you gonna spit a poem about how much females are beautiful and I love independent women, and then have a song called what was it? Like, I killed the pussy, left it one eye open, something stupid shit like that. If you can't be a bigger contradiction and hypocrite, shut the hell up with all this poems. If these poems ain't about bitches and hoes like you rapping about, stop with the poems.
Yeah, but so is Tupac, man. He's one of the biggest,
Yeah. That's a big question. Don't get me started on Tupac. I'm not gonna go into Tupac because people will hate me for my opinion.
So first impressions, you
didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Go ahead.
You a lie. You enjoyed some songs and shit. Don't act like this. Don't sit up here in front.
Yeah, there was like a few songs that were good. I'm not saying that every single song, because there's like 20-something tracks. There can't be 20 tracks that I hated. Yeah. There were some decent tracks I
think that's a possibility for you to do.
Nothing that grabbed me. That grabbed me and was like, dude, you gotta keep this on your music play. There was nothing like that.
That's one of my points, and I'm gonna get my first impression. That's one of my points. My first impression of this album, mixtape, we described it's like there's some songs on here that are nice, but like Ben said, there's nothing on this mixtape to go with what else I've heard recently. And I play this, and I remember I was re-listening to it yesterday. I was laying. It was early in the morning. I was laying down, and I'm listening to it, and being no lie, I'm listening to it, and I'm there, and I'm like, you know what? Something feels wrong about me listening to this. Like, I'm listening to it, I'm like, why do I feel wrong for listening to this? I'm sitting like, what? I'm like, man, nothing is catching me. I'm like, okay, it's Wale rapping. There's a beat, and there's a hook. You know what I mean? Like, God.
So your first impressions were just wasn't interested.
I mean, like,
so I guess
the only like song wise, the songs that picked me up, like I liked Limitless with Scarface. Love.
Scarface is dope though. Scarface is.
Yeah, I kept that.
Scarface killed that track.
I like that. I like that. I like Chun-Li. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, that's what I picked too.
I like Chun-Li. I like Street Runners. I like Let a Nigga. And it's a toss up between
Let a Nigga Know was dope too.
It's a toss up between George.
Yeah, I picked that. I wrote that down too, Ben.
A toss up between Georgetown and Bad. Like Bad's a good song. I can see Bad being on his album. That's a song that I take from the mixtape and throw it on the album because it's going to kill regardless of the fact. It's going to kill.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I gotta go through the songs I like, Let a Nigga Know, Bad, Limitless, Chun-Li, School Days,
Back to Ballin'.
Yeah, School Days is good.
Georgetown Press,
Back to Ballin'.
and that's about it. And this has 21 tracks. 21 tracks.
Hold up,
and I could only find 4.
Never a good idea. It's never a good idea to do a 21 track album, I don't think.
Actually,
I think
it is if it's good music. Like, I don't mind long albums if they're good. Like, when you have long albums,
I love the good, great albums. I just don't think they're that long.
No.
There's some great albums that are really long. I mean, Blueprint 2 is like a whole bunch of songs. It's still dope as shit.
Yeah. So where do we put this? Speaking of the Blueprint, where do we put this lyrically? What are your guys' ideas lyrically? You want to start it off, then?
It's uneven as shit. It's uneven as shit.
Respect.
It's like there's songs that he's spitting on, and then there's other songs like that garbage ass song with French Montana.
Back to Ballin'.
I hate with every fiber of my being. French Montana sounds like a fucking nasty ass coffee. Anyway, yeah, there's songs that's just uneven. Like there's songs that he's rapping. It's French Montana in my cup. But anyway, there's some really dope songs, and then there's some. Yeah, that sounded really suspect. I had to think about that for a second, but no, there's some songs where he's spitting, but it's so uneven, like Wale has become, and that's why I also want to point out once again, all you niggas that was on my timeline talking about how lyrically genius what this was. Go listen to some Mad Soul. Get back to me on Lyrical Genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on. Y'all go ahead.
Wale's deep, it's deep. Nah.
Lyrically, what'd you think, Taylor?
Go listen to Absol, Book of Soul, and tell me about some damn deep shit. But yeah, lyrically, I mean, like I said, there's some song that he actually has some lyrical dexterity on. He's spitting like we know what it is, but in other songs, we're like, yeah, you're really around Ross and Meek too much. In
fact, to build on that point, he has taken up Ross's cadence for rapping.
Yeah, he kind of
has. It sounds like so either he's writing for Ross or he's really hanging around Ross way too much. And I'm thinking he's writing for Ross.
He might. I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't doubt that he does ghostwrite some stuff for Ross because, here's the thing.
Yeah,
Ross isn't the best. Straight up lyricism isn't Ross's best, attribute when it comes to rapping. You know what I mean? It is like to me, Ross is about flow and with his voice and his mic presence on, you know what I mean, and the way he can the way he can make words sound when he says it, when his voice cage, that's his best attribute. Like Wale's the lyricist in the camp, you know what I mean?
And people writing for other people is really non-consubstantial when you think about that Nas has had people write stuff for him.
You better come.
Time out. That never happened. That never happened, dude. Yeah, Nas has never had anybody write anything for him. Don't comment on that no more.
I guess you could say there's been articles written about it. There's been people Rivers.
Until you're in the studio with them recording the song, nobody knows anything. So I don't even want to talk about it. Nobody knows anything.
Well, nobody knows anything. Why you guys so strongly?
The people who claim that Jay Electronica
No. Hold up, man, because if you're going to come at Nostradamus, you better have proof, video recordings and all that. You're talking about Nostradamus.
That's what you need to believe in a concept that's not that big of a deal.
No, it ain't.
That's a strong...
This dude wrote Illmatic at 17 years old. He was 17 and wrote the best, in my opinion, the best, most complete, rap album ever created by a human being. At 17 years old.
Back to the Wale review.
Nobody writing for him.
Back to the Wale review, which Rivers hijacked with that comment, which he meant to do. Anyway, Wale.
I didn't mean to do it. If you guys freak out when I bring something up, they can't let it go. It's not me.
Anyway, Wale review.
It was just an add-on. But lyrically, where did you said it was so-so?
Yeah, it was uneven. And he said it was so-so.
Yeah.
Okay. So
go ahead.
I felt like it was better than what he's done on the radio so far. I was happy that he actually found a couple. There were some messages intertwined in here.
Yeah.
There's other points where he's just doing like this. Gimme Those. I think there's a track called Gimme Those. It's kind of like a mix of like trap rap kind of beat with him talking about getting fashion, getting shoes. You know, it's points like that where you're like, man, this guy's really influenced by Rick Ross and that whole Maybach music.
Well, see, here's the thing. He's always talked about that. He's always talked about shoes and stuff like that.
Well, the production of it and like how he's kind of being aggressive on it. He's not being like, hey, I got there's a different way that he's presented that. You know, Nike,
well, here's how
the tracks that he's done before about shoes and fashion have not been that aggressive. You know, I don't really, to be honest, I enjoy this album, or mixtape. So I'm not even giving him, I'm just seeing the different styles within this album that I think should be mentioned.
My thing about it is,
I was happy with it.
Wale over trap beats, nah, I'm good with that. I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need it. Like, that's like.
So that goes into production. So how did you feel about the production of this album?
I'm just gonna say like when I heard Wale's first couple of songs with MMG, like what's the first one he came out with, Ben? 600 Ben. Like, this ain't gonna work out for me.
Wale
over Justice League and Beat Billionaire beats. Nah, I'm cool.
Justice League.
Let me say this about the production.
Justice League have a lot of range to them. It's not just
they do. You're right. Okay, I'll just say beat Billionaire then. How about that? But I mean the production.
Let me say.
Go ahead.
Let me say this about the production. It is okay.
Inconsistent.
There's nothing that's spectacular here beat wise. There's some okay beats, but this doesn't fit what Wale is. If you go back and listen to his first like 6 projects, including his first album, the beat selection is so much better and it fits him more. This dude's rap style isn't made for the Get Me Dough type beat. It isn't made for the a lot of bass. It's made for him to be rapping. That's what it is made for.
Yeah.
So
I don't agree with that fully. Yeah. I think he's got a wide range. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying I'm not trying to argue your thoughts.
Here's the thing.
I think he's got range to do.
We're not saying he doesn't have range.
I like to see him, like you're saying, at home on that type of music where he's doing creative, jazzy samples with nice bass in them, added in. I love that music too, and it seems like it's easier for him. It allows him to really give out those conscientious messages instead of having those trap beats where he's got to kind of go along with some kind of layman idea, like give me some Jordans, like that. I agree with Ben to an extent, but I'm saying he can do the other ones.
No, but listen, anybody can do them. We just say he doesn't sound his best on those. That's what I'm saying. That's not where he shines at. It's not.
Okay, yeah, I respect that.
Saying,
yeah, I respect that.
Look at a song like Nike Boots. It's a song that has heavy bass, but it's not a trap beat, but he does great on it. Like, you look at the song like...
And it's jazzy. It's got a nice sound on it.
Nike Boots isn't jazzy. It's a heavy bass song. Like, it's a heavy bass song, and he kills it lyrically. But you look at like some of these trap songs, it's like it sounds so ordinary and like run of the mill. It's like he just doesn't sound good on the the boom shit type, the these niggas won't hold me back type beats. That ain't for him. That's for Ross. So
yeah.
Right on. So
overall,
you were saying production wise, we never got to Taylor saying what his production value thought on it was.
It was okay.
What did you think of it production wise?
It was inconsistent. There was some good beats.
Inconsistent.
But yeah, I just found it inconsistent all the way through.
And you felt the same, Ben?
Yeah.
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 You know, I thought it was a range. It's range. It's a range track. As far, I wouldn't call it inconsistent. I would call it that he goes for a mixtape, maybe even ideal of just a range of different.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not going to give. Here's the thing. I'm not going to give him credit for range when he didn't do anything with the range. Like some songs, he didn't do anything with them. He just was there, and it was a trap beat.
That's cool for your opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I thought the mixtape had a lot of a range of sounds. I was happy with a lot of the production down there. It doesn't have too many of those. It's got a lot of different kind of beats on it. So so I was okay with it. I didn't give it 5s or anything. But overall, I would say this album or this mixtape is like a 3 for me. It was a 3. I would definitely give it a listen through. There's going to be some tracks on there that if you're a Wale fan, you'll be like, oh, he hit the spot on this one. There's also going to be, as you've heard so far, some tracks on there you're going to be like, this is MMG Wale. This is Rick Ross hanging out Wale. I want a major deal, and I'm going to align myself with this group for the star power that it may give me. And he gives that on this album too. I mixtape a lot too.
Yeah.
So overall, I give it 3 stars. Check it out and see which ones you like.
For me, I give it
5-star rating.
2 stars. Probably 2 stars just because it was unimpressive as shit. Like, I give it maybe 2 stars. It was just unimpressive. It's the worst Wale. If you wanna hear a good Wale mixtape, go get more mixtape about nothing or more about nothing or Back to the Future or 1,000 Miles Away. Don't get this. Because there's no. Yeah, it has slightly more expensive production. It doesn't fit them though. So I would say go get a different Wale mixtape if you're trying to get a Wale mixtape.
Come on, bring us home, Taylor. We're getting to that time.
I'm gonna have to give it a. I give it a 2.5. Cause like I said, there were some songs that I really enjoyed, but overall, I'm listening to it, I'm just like, why is I'm not moved at all by anything on this mixtape. Like nothing made I would listen to it and nothing made me want to get up and I'm like, yeah, it ain't working. It ain't working. There's too many damn features on this. There's too many damn features on this damn mixtape. By the way, let me see. Well, I won't say too many. There's just the wrong features on here. Why is Frank Montana anywhere near this mixtape?
Why is Frank Montana making music?
Yeah, but that's my 2.5. That's all I can give it. So.
All right, people.
But still,
you heard it.
But still, check it out. You know what I mean? I mean, listen. There's some good music on the mixtape, so go check it out. I'll link it to it in the description. So y'all go check it out. Wale Folarin, 3Kings podcast.
Give us your idea, your opinions in the comments section. As always, would you like it? Do you not? What's your favorite Wale mixtape? Do you think he should stick with MMG? Any ideas you have? Thoughts you have? Great comments about sound quality. Any kind of ideas you want to bring to the table? Hit us up on the comments. And this is Stephen Rivers with 3Kings podcast. Taylor, and our always happy Ben.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys in our next review.
Thrilled in life.
We'll catch y'all. All right. Wale Folarin, Mixtape Review, 3Kings podcast. We out.
Peace.
Peace.